Hey y'all. Happy lunchtime. I don't know what you guys are up to. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can, drop down, let me know because I have my earbuds in. So I'm not going to be too loud. Hey Mia, how you doing, love? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm just plugging my computer in real quick because y'all know I stay forgetting and then this thing is about to die. Anyway, I don't have a lot of time, so I just wanted to come on here and talk some foolishness and then hop off because I got to get back to work. Well, actually, after this, I'm going home for a little, and then I'll come back to work. But child, y'all know I be trying to avoid talking about beef sector shenanigans. I really do. I really do. But I just wanted to come on here and share a few thoughts about some stuff that I saw this weekend because I feel like it's bubbled over to a new place and it's just crazy to me. I'm really surprised that nobody has gotten significantly hurt yet. With all the stuff that happens, it's just so wild, y'all. Anyway, before I start, I hope everybody's doing well today. I hope y'all having a good day. It's Tuesday. Ciao. So I'm gonna say names in this one, which is very rare, which means I'll probably put it on members only. We'll see. But anyway, y'all, y'all know I gotta keep it real. I don't have no notes, so y'all gotta excuse my ADHD-ness today. But let's talk about this Fyebabe and VS situation. Okay, so the thing that strikes me is, first of all, I want to say I'm team nobody in this case. I am just an observer. Okay, I'm gonna try to be as objective as possible because I really don't have a dog in the fight. I really don't care. I'm really just giving commentary. And I think sometimes people forget that that's what a lot of us here do is just give commentary. It's not necessarily about sides and stuff. Even when I go to people's chats these days, I just try not to get too caught up and I just try to just enjoy myself and be there and listen. My small space, pick up. How you doing? My small sister said, "Hey, honey, I'm at work listening. Not familiar with these people, but I'm here to support." Sis, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. But I'll try to tell the story as best I can. So what's interesting to me is that, like I said, I don't have any sides I'm taking. But what's interesting to me is that these two people, Five Baby and VS, have a long-standing beef. It's been a lot of stuff going on for years prior to VS going to jail. um, Fyebabe had taken VS to court, had a restraining order, had all kinds of stuff. There was a lot of back and forth between them. And for me, where the roads diverged for me was when she got the restraining order, but continued to kind of like poke at VS, even though we know VS is not an angel. She does and continues to do a lot of crazy stuff, right? So and I'll read your comments in a second. But I thought it was weird that you go out of your way to get a restraining order and you continue to kind of poke the bear and mess with the person that you are alleging is a danger to you and your child. I think that's strange, right? So fast forward, VS went to jail, did her little like probation shindig or whatever, and she's back. And as far as I know, like I don't listen, I don't watch VS, I really don't. But it seems like she hasn't mentioned her. From what people are saying, VS has not mentioned Fyebabe. She hasn't talked about her. And so it's, but on the other hand, every now and then I do watch Fyebabe because I'm honest, right? There's no reason to lie. And she does mention her quite a bit. And there were times I'm like, is she responding to something? Um, and so when I would go to like VS's Walnut stuff, it doesn't seem like she's mentioning Fyebabe. So all of a sudden I hear they're going to court. Matter of fact, does anybody know when the court dates are? Because I forgot. That part I forgot, right? Miss Kimmy, it's good to see you too. I know. They're good, love. They're good. Oh my gosh. He is about to be one, y'all. He's about to be one May 11th. Yes, it's wild. I'm so excited and I feel so blessed. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. But yeah, so I didn't understand why she did all this stuff and then all of a sudden she's poking and poking and poking. And then the thing that happened this weekend really blew my wig back because I was like, yo, what's going on? I was really shocked. I was like, I was just like, let me click on this video. And I was so appalled and disgusted. Even though, like I said, I'm not team anybody in this case. I really don't care for either one of them like that. And so apparently VS has taken Fyebabe to court for some copyright infringement related thing to YouTube. I don't even know how you could take it off of YouTube and get it to court as it relates to copyright. Hey Didi, Deirdre, how you doing? Oh, hello, Queen in chat, listening, getting ready for work. Oh man, she is the queen of interviews. Okay, she's hilarious. I love me some Deidre with her crazy ass. um, so I don't understand how you can take the copyright thing off of YouTube because it's YouTube and it's not like individual work. I mean, it is and it isn't, right? So I'm not a lawyer. That's not my training. So I'm not going to try to pretend to be. But anyway, VS is taking her to court. And I guess in retaliation, Fyebabe finally got what she wanted so bad. She finally got the attention that she has been desperately seeking. And baby, you could just hear it in her voice. I gotta keep it kosher because I'm at work, even though I'm in my own office. I do share office with another therapist that we're business partners. So, gotta keep it cute. But like, Sister Crystal, yay! And it's weird, y'all. Like, it's so weird to me that people can take it off of YouTube and do courts. But Fyebabe is excited. She's excited that she finally got this attention, and so in her moment of excitement, she decides to call child. I don't know if it's legal Zoom, some kind of vulnerability, something, and she decides to apply for the trademark of VS's name, which is VS's VS icon, right? And I just, it's so funny. Like I said, no dogs in this fight, but I feel like that's going a bit too far. I feel like that's going a bit too far, and here's why. Okay, now, it's never that deep. It's never that deep. But a lot of the people who are on here, especially the people who have a lot more subscribers and have a certain like support base, they're here for money, right? Like that's their thing. And like I said, regardless of how I feel about either one of these people, particularly VS, it doesn't seem like she's been messing with Fyebabe. It doesn't even seem like she's really mentioned her name like that. So to me, this is a pretty big move to try to trademark her name. What I try to do is when it's people I don't like, I try to put myself in their position and think, how would I feel if somebody did this to me? Right? I would be very infuriated, right? Legal Zoom, yeah. Yeah, and I'm about to read some comments here. But I would be very infuriated. That's how I try to be objective. It's like I put myself in their shoes. I would be really mad that somebody's like, I don't like when people steal, but if you steal, like, you're stealing concepts, ideas, like stealing people's shit. It's just messed up. But she's had a history of doing that. She's had a history of swipe or no swiping people and just taking a shit, and making it her own. And so it doesn't surprise me. What was interesting was how excited she was in the live. Like listening to the cadence of her voice, it just kind of told me that like you've literally been waiting. You've been dreaming, you've been salivating, you've been like just marinating in all these juices, waiting for this lady to respond to you. Like, is it really that deep? Like the obsession is real. The obsession is real. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but I was like, yo, why do you even need, why? Like, I don't understand. Why do you even need this attention from her? Like, it's weird. I'm going to pause and read comments and I'll get back to my commentary. Miss Kim said, "Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you and your new little bundle. Oh, he's such a blessing. I'm so grateful. You did the right thing, falling back from YouTube and putting your family first. Thank you, sis. This means a lot. Sometimes I feel bad that I'm not on here doing lives and videos, but you know what? You are absolutely right. And this just made my day. Thank you. Like, my family comes first, and I'm so grateful. So, so grateful. Sister Crystal, big up to Sister Crystal. Miss Kimmy said, "Hey, Dee Lulu, I hope you don't get offended by me calling you that." Now, if we call her that out of love too, there are people that be hating, but I think I've seen her accept that from other people calling you that. But I was in Mother's Line when he coined that, and I can tell you really enjoyed watching him. And I was just a little banter in my opinion. And let's see what teacher said. She's a lunatic. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, I don't understand it at all. I think it's too far. I've heard of legal, so I'm not sure about their services. Same, Sister Crystal. It sounds like Fugazi to me. It's not. It's given basic. I do think she's gonna win. I think it's gonna show that she's antagonizing her, and that's part of what I'm gonna talk about next. Exactly. She said she's been picking on VS. Yeah. So this is the part. I'm gonna pause again because y'all know I be getting real distracted. Okay. I'm gonna read your comments again in a few minutes. But so I don't understand how somebody who, yes, has been a notable bully, notorious for bullying, infamous for bullying, but did fall back. You got it. I'm gonna give VS the credit there. She did fall back from Fyebabe. She did stop calling her name, left her alone, and Fyebabe's just been just a look of ningy ningy fly. I told y'all what a ningy ningy fly is. It's a gnat, just like perched on her shit the whole time, just like notice me, respond, respond. And so I'm thinking like, you did, you went to the courts to get this lady off of you, and that was successful. Why are you constantly trying to get her attention and have your name, her name synonymous with your name? Like, it's weird. Again, I don't like VS, I don't care for her, but I just think it's too far to do all of this. I think it's way too far. um and I there's a part of me that kind of hopes that this like blows up in Firebase's face, because it's like, if somebody did this to you, you would feel robbed. You would feel really upset, and it's just unnecessary. Why didn't you just remove the stuff from the video when she flagged you? Like, even that. Let's talk about that. What caused it is apparently is it audio she used from one of VS's videos, something. My thing is this: once again, she wasn't talking about you. She wasn't like calling for you. You won, Babe. You won. Like, anybody who disputes that is a liar. Why are you then putting this lady in your new intro or video or whatever it is that you did? Why do you need to take it there? it just it feels nudgy. It feels like you're trying to poke the bear, right? And so to me, if she flags you for it, that's fair. It's fair that she flagged you. She's not talking about you. Leave her alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of weird. It just seems real desperate. You seem to be doing well despite the fact that you left and said you said you were leaving for whatever reason. We all know it was because of the infamous sub count. And then you came back without an explanation. And it's why? Just why are you doing this? It's so weird. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. Legally, we know people are going to talk about it on YouTube. That's part for the course. But I am curious to see how will the case go, right? And will she actually be granted, this trademark with this name? And what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it, ma'am? Like, or how are you going to make money off of that? It's just you're just doing it off the principle. The other thing that shocks me is, if you're going to do this, to me, it felt like she got up on a whim and decided, I'm going to steal her name. I'm going to buy this, trademark this, right? Why do you need it to be funded by your supporters? Why do you need that to be funded? Like, clearly you had the money because you said you posted the receipt. I don't know. I didn't look, but she said she posted a receipt, right? It was $900, right? Why did you need that to be reimbursed by your subscribers? Like, do you see what I'm saying? How people just allow themselves to be played? Like, does that seem strange to anyone else? I'm gonna read some comments and see, and feel free to respond in the comments. Does that seem strange to anyone that you would call for financial support to play a prank on somebody? If you're gonna play a prank on somebody, why not use your own funds if it's that important? Miss Kimmy is funny and means Fyebabe. Um, like as you enter, thank you so much, Sister Crystal. Thank you so much, Deirdre. Just read some comments and then I'll get back. Fact, she couldn't wait to get any type of response. Yeah, she was thirsty. She was thirsty for this attention. And there's something about that bothers me. This is part of why, like, to me, I'm going to give you an example with the Kardashians. This is why I don't cover them. I don't talk about them. I don't even click on articles about them. When you're that thirsty for attention, for my energy, I just tune you out, because it's just like, this is weird. It's weird. The fact that she put VS, the person she had a PO on, she's now playing, and yeah, it's just very antagonistic to me. Once again, we know VS has done a lot of evil shit around here to the streets, but she's come back and not really said anything about her, as far as I know. Once again, I don't watch her, but I don't feel like I'm hearing people do commentary that VS said this or VS said that. Like, she's doing a bunch of other fool la la. So why go the extra mile to put her in your intro, ma'am? I'm glad that you took much needed break from YouTube. Congratulations on your baby cook. You're having care. Thank you, love. Child, I'm working part time now, baby. It's nice, but it's also different. It's nice. I want to prioritize being with him. No, Deidre, I actually watch and enjoy most people in the beef sector, but Fi has always had a wicked spirit. She does have a wicked spirit. And to that point, let me tell you something. Let me give you another quick commentary. It's related. So I really watch Kwani because Kwani is cray cray. Okay. Kwani is crazy. And sometimes Kwani be on some diabolical ish. Okay. And but I was listening to a little bit of her video. Is it on here? No, it's gone. I was listening to a little bit of her video and I was dying laughing because Kwani was talking about spirits and as it relates to both of the individuals in question. Hey Mia, and one of the things that Kwani said, I agreed with her, but I actually am gonna take it a step further. So she was talking about like kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm paraphrasing her. She kind of alluded to the fact that like these people have the ability to kind of, I'm using my own like cast spells on people, right? And I actually think they do. See, people think that spell casting looks a certain way, but it looks all types of ways. I'm going to speak and go. It looks all type of ways. And see, when it comes down to some of the culty stuff and some of the things that people speak over people or the words that they use to evoke emotion or evoke certain actions, y'all be underestimating people's power. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, see, because my esoteric people gonna know what I'm talking about. Moving right along, but I agreed with Kwani. She didn't break it down quite in that way, but I got what she was trying to say, and I agree with her. Um, Deidre said, "Mother was simply describing me, cuss how it's supposed to be funny. I don't listen to haters that got jealous when they realized he was watching me. I meant no problem. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, you if you can't afford the $900, then logic should indicate that you shouldn't be doing this prank. Why would you do that? Why, like for some people, that's rent, that's mortgage. If you don't have the money to do it, then maybe you shouldn't do it. Why are you asking people for money for? Why are you asking? Like this is hard times. It's inflation. People don't have jobs. Like you really asking people $900 for something like that? Like I don't think. Don't y'all think that's weird? And irresponsible, and that she take our people them for joke. No, not reimbursed. She couldn't do it until the Cash App. Oh, see, I don't. I'm in Canada, so there's no Cash App. So Cash App is instantaneous, like it hits your account immediately. I didn't know that. I thought how PayPal. Well, you can hit PayPal can hit your account immediately. There's two options. You could do the slow route, the bank option, or you can do the card option. She literally called her mom on live to confirm the amount. Wow, I wasn't paying attention. Good then. Wow. Thank you, Miss Kimmy. See, this is why it's nice to have y'all because I did not know that. Damn, so she didn't even have the money. Yo, that is, there is so many things that you could do with $900. So many things. Matter of fact, I think that's like 1,100 in Canadian money. There is mad things that you can do with that. Oh my gosh, that is so sad, y'all. That's sad. Yep, she is greedy. She's greedy. I watched her, and in fact, remember she was paying $5. Yeah, see, from my understanding, she hadn't been talking about her, and so again, this is why I try to do my commentary as objective as possible, regardless how I feel about people. It's just weird when people aren't bothering you, and you just like trying to get their attention in aggressive ways. It's weird. I don't watch Kwani unless someone sends me a link. I typically don't, but I did watch Kwani this time and she was making some points. But that joint was like 5 hours and I watched like 30 minutes. I know she had me laughing my ass off, but I wasn't there for the entire live. Deidre said, "Oh, I know the craft and I fight back." Okay, Deidre. See, but this is what I'm saying though, Deidre. A lot of people don't understand the craft. A lot of people, they have very antiquated views of what that looks like, and so they don't understand that people are doing spell work on them. Anyway, extremely weird. So I'm watching this and I'm like, wow, you're requesting funds for your people to cover this situation, but you're talking like so big and bad with your chest puffed out. Like that's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing to me that you would make it such a big deal and make it seem like such a flex, but then you have to beg money for it. Like that's It's not a flex anymore. It's not a flex if you have to beg people money for it, right? Like, that's weird to me. It's very strange, and people can do whatever they want. They're adults, so if that's what they choose to give their money to fool Allah, that's on them. But yeah, like, this is why I think some people are under a spell, because it's like, yo, any adult would be like, why is this necessary? Why don't you use, like, is your name trademarked? Is it? Like, do you think I'm gonna go take some money to go? Maybe it's the Virgo in me. We're very practical people. See, because if my stuff is not in order, there's no way I'm spending money to go get back at somebody else. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. Like, if why not? Like, if you're gonna be beggy beggy, if you're gonna be beggy beggy and wanga belly, as Oliver Samuel says, why not ask the $900 to do it for yourself? But then I had also heard that that name is already trademarked, Fyebabe. So it's just, it's weird. I don't understand. But this is what I had said on my community wall, and I'm gonna say it in Patois. I'm gonna say it in English. Them not gonna stop till somebody dead. That simply means they're not going to stop until someone dies. I really feel like we're gearing up to see an eventual death in the beef sector, because actual physical death, because the stakes keep getting raised higher and higher. People lack self-control, and the limits that the people will go to get a reaction is wild. And also, why do people, like, I do understand that social media is addictive. Hell, the beef sector can be addictive. Even though I've pared it down a lot, and I don't watch a lot of people, I still watch some things. But I don't understand people's desire and obsession with getting a reaction out of people, right? Like, for negative things, Like, it's weird to me. It's weird to me that you would go to those lengths to get attention. Miss Kimmy said, "Remember her numbers." I love reading that, and I love when people say that. That is so funny to me. We're down prior to Fiesta's return. Yes, they were. This is accurate. Miss Kimmy is heading to. She's on it. Okay. Beef sector was paying her dust. Yes, they were. That is also accurate. I'm not gonna like this. So she tried to use VS as her big comeback. This is so accurate, and I absolutely agree with you. But didn't know VS really on her grown woman ish and coming for the bag, right? And I even heard Fyebabe say something that was inaccurate. So she was talking about, you don't make money on YouTube from AdSense. Really, it's only super chats. That's not true. If you have memberships, and a lot of memberships, you can make significant money on YouTube. And if you have enough views that you're not just dragging people, you can make money off AdSense, because we've heard Jay Wilson talk about that, right? We've heard other people talk about that. That's not accurate. But because she relies heavily on super chats, that is her business model of how to make money on YouTube. But there are other people that have different models about how to make money on YouTube. So that's her attempt to minimize what's happening for other people. But the reality is there's multiple routes to make money on YouTube if that is your goal. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really make money from YouTube. Okay. I get paid out once every 3 months, because that's just is what it is. I don't gotta be embarrassed. See, I don't got to lie on here. This is not my bread and butter. And I'm not ashamed of that. Like, there's no reason. I'm not going to come on here and flex and pretend to be somebody that I'm not, because we've all seen when people lie and they get popped. Okay. It's inevitable. The people get popped when they lie about stuff. And so there's no reason for me to lie and flex and boast about things that aren't true, because I'm successful in many other areas of my life. So it's okay if YouTube only cuts me a check here and there. Deidre said, Rob almost died by cop. I'm just saying, accurate. I actually thought we would have seen that as well. Not because I was reading for it, but because the way that was going down, it almost felt like he wanted to die. It was kind of weird. But that's another story. Like, it was weird seeing all of that happen with Rob, and how this man allowed himself to be locked up, like, back to back. Weird and sad. Yep, she stayed lying. She stayed lying. Um, Sister Crystal said the opinions expressed by those of the speaker do not reflect the views of the chat room or anyone else, for commentary and informational purposes only. Thank you, Sister Crystal. I love it. She said professional. I love it. But yeah, I just, like I said, not rooting for anybody in particular, but I just think that's too far. and unnecessary. And I wonder what this looks like in court when the judge, like, will the judge consider the fact that this is the same person who's requested a restraining order and is now subsequently bullying the individual that they requested a restraining order against? Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Um, Mia S said, pressure to be honest, Fyebabe is doing the same play. She has not grown, and honestly, she's so predictable. This is very true. That's also accurate. It's this is more of the same. It's just the intensity has just ratcheted up, but it is more of the same. Um, I don't I don't know, y'all. You know, and sometimes I watch stuff outside of the sector. So like I was following a little bit the Sean Davy Way Sweet Pea beef, and even that, like, you know, CP had gotten, like, the one woman trees got her locked up. And I'm like, these are some serious games. Again, that's another situation. I'm not taking sides, but it's like people really go to lengths on here. They really go to lengths to get back at people or just to trend. Like, what do y'all think? Let me ask y'all this question. What do y'all think that's really about? Like, do you think it's just about revenge? Or do you think it's to get their name out there by any means necessary, whether it's positive or negative? Like, what is that kind of behavior about? This is behavior that is foreign to me. And I'm going to tell you why it's foreign to me, right? Because if I'm going to get that upset that I want you in jail, like, that's, to me, there's not a lot of reasons why I would feel that way about somebody. And so if it's that serious, and I want you to think about this, this is in the context of an online application. This isn't even like face to face, right? We're not in a brick and mortar building doing this. This isn't somebody that sits across from your desk at a staff meeting. Like, people are really getting, like, stroking out about people they never met on the internet. Like, it's weird. Does anybody else think that's strange? DJ said exactly. Lies be clear as day. I'm confused how her camp falls for it. But then again, they probably just see her as their favorite actor, probably in on the lies. Who knows? You know, I stopped trying to bog my mind trying to figure it out. Some of the behavior is culty, but I just stopped trying to figure it out because some people are just that's what they're signing up for. They're not victims, and I've talked about that before. They mental and violent, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I think there's definitely some aspects of that. Miss Kimmy said Fi's acting like Tasha K did in the beginning of her beef with Cardi, and she'll probably end up regretting it like Tasha K too. That's another really important comparison Miss Kimmy made, because I do think that that is very similar. It is synonymous with Tasha K's behavior. Tasha K overplayed her hand, just like Oberon did. Okay, with I forget if it was the Mountain or the Hound or whatever, and he ended up getting his eyes gouged out. Baby, Tasha K overplayed her hand. She didn't have to lose $4 million. And now Cardi B is on that dairy air and is really coming for her everything. She's trying to snatch her soul. And sometimes we just have to know when to step back, right? Like, I can go, duke it out with people. I was arguing with a troll last night, and that's his chat. And then I thought to myself, I'm about to go to bed. Like, what? Like, usually I just block people. It just depends. You just never know what you're gonna get, right? Sometimes you just want to go in on people, but it's just like, what's the purpose? Like, what am I getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? Where is this gonna lead? And sometimes we don't stop to think. We don't stop to ask ourselves those questions until it's too late. Until we're $4 million, in the hole, okay, until we've caused irreparable damage. And I don't think people on here, some people, I should say, they have an understanding of, like, consequences. There are some people who do understand consequences, but they don't care. I've seen people get in trouble, lose a lot of things. Doesn't matter. Like, those are special people, though. We're just going to put them in a special box. Because when you know the consequences and you've experienced the consequences and you continue to do the same thing, you're just a whole nother. Follow you over there in that box over there. They don't listen to facts or reason, no, or laws. Facts. YouTube isn't my entertainment. I got rid of cable years ago when I found the view sector. It is very entertaining at times, so I try not to take it personal. I try to support everyone with a like and a click. And Miss Kimmy's attitude, I really like how she just unpacked that, because if you can keep that if you can keep those thoughts and feelings about the B sector, it's relatively safe because you're not personalizing it. You're not making it too much, about yourself. But it's very difficult, especially as a content creator. This is why, I step away at times, and mostly I've stepped away. Like, there's a lot of people I just don't listen to, I don't watch, I just don't care, And then there's other times that I'm like, I need a little mess in my life. Let me listen to this, and see. And sometimes I'm very lost, and other times, I know what's going on. But it's just like, you can't be too, you can't take it too personal. She's absolutely right. That's when it becomes even more toxic. That's when it can affect you on a different level. Um, and it's the same thing with when I come across trolls. I don't know what's in the air. I've come across two trolls within the last week, right? Just being in somebody's chat. Like, I don't even think I talked to these people. And, one person is bringing up stuff, they love the 2019 stuff it's weird. Some of these people are weird as hell. And, I just block them. And then the other person I was arguing with. But it's just like, wait, what? Like, why are you this is not even the topic. This is not even what we're talking about. There's only two people that I really get dark energy from, to be honest, and it's Fi and Kimmy. I get dark energy from quite a few people, to be honest, but there are some whose aura and energy is darker than others. And you know what the crazy part about Fyebabe is? Because I keep it real. Fyebabe's energy is not always dark. Sometimes she's entertaining. Sometimes she's funny. I will admit that within the last couple of years, it's been more dark than anything. But there are times that I see glimmers of the old Fyebabe, the one who used to come on at 5 or 6 in the morning with a cup of coffee that would make you laugh and think about things. And now the Fyebabe that's trying to like destroy people's lives. It's sad and sickening. But just like, I'm gonna keep it real again. They might get offended. Sometimes Kwani has a very dark energy. This is why I don't listen to Kwani. Kwani be saying stuff that's like, yo, nah, I'm not doing this. And then other times, Kwani be like dropping spiritual truth bombs. Like, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. Like the extremes that I run into with some people on here. But yeah. I appreciate all support from one view to AK. Same. Miss Kimmy said, I agree. I do get it from more, but some reason there's just something that alarms my spirit, so I barely watch them. Yeah, there's a lot of people and I'm not even lying. I think people think I'd be lying. There's a lot of people I just stopped watching, period. And it's bettered my life. But I would be lying if I said I didn't watch, you know, um, some mess here and there. I do. I don't know all of what's going on, but I do pay attention to some storylines, and particularly this one because I was around when they were beefing the first time. It's very intriguing because it's like, why are we here again? What's going on? So I don't know. What do y'all think? What are your predictions? I'm gonna wrap up because I have to go soon. But what are your predictions about what will happen? Do you think Fyebabe will be granted this trademark? Because I've read different comments, and some people say you have to be like doing commerce with that name, so she might not get it just based on that. Do you think if like VS intervenes and say, hey, this woman's trying to steal my stuff, whatever? What are your predictions about the trademark? And also, what are your predictions about court? I don't know when court is. I'm not sure, but what do you think will happen ultimately with these two? But regardless, we know people hang on to stories in here forever and ever. So it never does it really ever end. VS is gonna win. She used VS icon first. See, and that's the thing. I that's what I would think in my head, but then it comes down to the paperwork, right? How much weight does the paperwork carry when it comes to a certain date? But for some reason, there's just something that alarms. Oh, I read that one. Didi, I subbed to you before you were under 1K. I don't get to watch all the time, but I really enjoy. Sorry, you when you hit panels, you're hilarious. The other thing that's funny about Deirdre is like her cadence is so funny to me. It's so funny the way that she tells stories or breaks things down. I'm trying to think. Yeah, those are my questions for you, for the people that are in the chat that feel Lord have mercy, Jaydan. Jaydan, Jaden, you another one. Jaden is funny sometimes, but Jaden, why you be antagonizing people? Why you be harassing these people on their own platforms, honey? Like Miss Kimmy, my rule is I don't watch you if you're not sub to me. I agree. Deidre VS got it in the bag. Yeah. So a lot of people are saying they think VS will win. Thank you, Miss Kimmy. Jaden said, I saw your comments on. You did? Okay. What are your thoughts about my comments, Jaden? Because I'm really, it's so crazy to me that you go back and forth with her so much, but you are constantly on her panel. I'm so, like, for me, if somebody gets on my nerves that much, I'm just not going to engage with you. I'm just not. That's just me. So I'm very confused. I'm very confused. Um, Except for, like I said, like I was arguing with the troll last night because I chose to, and then I ended up blocking them. But I try my best to have self control because I'm gonna tell you something petty. The other reason why, excuse me, sometimes I block people. Sometimes, most of the times, I just don't want to be bothered. The stuff that I really want to say, I find that the Google moderator deletes my comments. Like when I really be going in on people, it doesn't show up anyway. It doesn't show up. And I'm not going to make a video about these people, especially randos. Like I'm not going to make a video about you. So I'm like, what's the point of going back and forth with you when the stuff that I really want to say to you, you're not even going to see it because the Google moderator is like, this isn't appropriate. Deleted. I keep it 100. Jada and I shared the .gov before you, but okay, you can cite me later. Y'all arguing over .govs. What's going on here? Ness loves me. She always loves me up. I'm gonna have to agree with that. I would say there has to be some love there or some underlying, whatever like for you because I don't. There's. It just makes no sense to me. I just wouldn't be going back and forth with somebody like that. Like, y'all know, even when I get into it with people on here, like I just do one or two videos and then I'm done. You could keep going, but I'm not going to go back and forth. I said what I said and then I'm done. um, Thanks, Sister Crystal. My channel is about me, so I'm never pressed about troll talk. Yeah, see, it's different. If the troll is in your chat, it's different because then you can say whatever you want to say. But when you're writing in the chat, even as like the channel, like not channel owner, but yeah, the channel owner, the Google moderator is fierce. There's a lot of words that they block, even when you try to like they're on it, so you can't really say what you want to say. Jada, you tried to warn oh girl, shaking my head. That live was really informative, but her ego wasn't allowing you to be more educated than her in front of her nation. She did. I did hear that. I did hear her trying to tell her, I don't want to be liked. I want to be 100. And that's kind of how I feel, Deidre. See, and that is how I feel as well. It's more important for me to be my authentic self. People gonna take it or leave it. Sometimes people unsubscribe for a little while and they come back anyway. And then some people that you're just not their cup of tea, and then they're gone. So that's why it's important to be yourself because you know there's always going to be an opinion and people come and go anyway. And the other thing I want to say is I was trying to do a post about this other day, but it didn't work out. You really should not worry too much about what people think about you online because a lot here's one thing I noticed. I'm gonna give you examples. Now, I have different thoughts and feelings about these people. Y'all know I try to be objective as possible. People like Jay Wilson or Brianna Simone, let's say they are losing weight. The same people, okay, before they started losing weight, people call them all kind of mumpy or they're fat and did you just have all kind of jokes, right? The minute these people start losing weight, all of a sudden they on drugs. They ain't never gonna make it. They're cheating. They're having surgery. Like people come up with all kinds of crazy stuff, to devalue and to minimize whatever efforts these people are making. Could they be on drugs? Could they have had a surgery? Possibly. But you were just talking about how fat they were, and now they're losing weight. And this is why it's important to do things for yourself. Don't do stuff because other people tell you, oh, you look like this and you look like that. Because if you depend on that, you're never going to be happy and you're never going to hit your goal of whatever it is. But make sure you're doing things for yourself because somebody is always going to have something to say on here. And next thing you know, you'll be in your grave because now you're too skinny. They now you're too skinny. That she need to gain 15 pounds. I seen D Ramsey lose mad weight. D Ramsey's on a spiritual journey. And I see people say so many horrible things about this lady. Oh yeah, she might have the package. Oh my gosh, it's them demons. Just horrible things. This lady is eating a clean raw diet. They don't talk about those things. They just want to talk about nasty things and make fun of people. That's why you don't listen to what people got to say. They always gonna have something to say. Some people gonna think you fat. Some people gonna think you skinny. Some people gonna think you just right. As long as you're okay with you, and if you're not okay with you and you have your own goals, then you go for them. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta pay attention because you're gonna end up in the grave messing with some of these people. That's why we got body dysmorphia and eating disorders and stuff because of stupid people. Hey Zion, stupid people. Hey, eclectic soul. I'm sorry, I'm missing some comments. Stupid people on here saying stuff, okay, and getting to people. And I'm gonna read a few more comments and then I'm gonna go. But I just wanted to say that because, people just say all kinds of stuff, and you can't let them define you. Um, Let me see. I'm just gonna read a few more comments. My first video about it was on 2018 when Tasha K was being sued by a white lady. I remember that. When Tasha K was doing the absolute most. I was referring to VS and Fyebabe first. Hello, my love. It's been a while since I seen Design Movements. One of my originals. Fyebabe, she gonna lose. Okay. Okay, so a lot of people are saying she's Fyebabe's gonna lose. That's the vote. Eclectic Soul said Ness allows Jay Dunn up for content. That's a very good point, Eclectic Soul. That's honest. Just like people do Lovely Love and Kiki. That makes a lot of sense. Because I'm like, wait, what? My site was about Fyebabe. Okay. Y'all arguing about citations and stuff. Nerdy. It took him used to being taken out of the storyline, but I'm glad I addressed it on my channel Saturday night. I love D Ramsey's content too. I do. I don't have to be up in the chat all the time, but I really, first of all, some of y'all know I'm a whole weirdo. Well, I feel like I'm a good weirdo, but I do like the esoteric spiritual stuff. That's me. I'm proud of it. Okay. And I love that. I'm happy. I am happy for D Ramsey. And so I actually get upset when I see people saying that kind of stuff because it's like, y'all hoes are miserable. You sitting up there eating, 2 boxes of McDonald's, and you seen this lady eating raw fruits and vegetables, but you gonna really come up here and talk about she got cancer or she got that's evil, just evil. I agree, pressure, but it shows there's a lot of insecure people on here. Absolutely, you cannot let other people define you. You can't let other people define you. Like it's just this is why I laugh when people be trying to come at me in the chats because I'm just like, oh honey, oh you think I care, but anyway. That's all I got to say, y'all. I got to go home. I'm still breastfeeding, so I got to go home and feed my little chubba. And yeah, then I got to come back to work and finish out my day. It was so refreshing to be here with y'all. It was short, but this is all the time that I have. And I gotta be off. I gotta go back and do some things. Anyway, much love to all of y'all. Shout out to the people that are here in the chat and shout out to the people in the bushes. I hope y'all have a lovely day. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll be back sometime in the future. Love y'all. Love you too, Deidre. Hey, lovely one. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, let me get off of here. Have a great day, y'all. Peace and blessings, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye.